In a quiet forest, an apple tree and a pine tree grew side by side. The apple tree was covered in shiny leaves and bright red apples, swaying happily in the breeze. It often admired its own beauty. "Look at me. My apples are delicious, and my leaves are so colorful," it said proudly. "You're always the same, with those needles." The pine tree, calm and steady, didn't respond. But deep inside, it felt sad and unappreciated. As autumn arrived, the apple tree's bright leaves began to fall. Soon, its branches were bare, leaving it feeling empty and cold. "I look so plain now," the apple tree said with a sigh. "But you're still green and full of life." The pine tree replied kindly, "Seasons change for all of us. Don't worry, your beauty will return in time." The apple tree looked at the pine tree with a new sense of respect. When winter came, the forest was covered in sparkling snow. The pine tree stood tall and elegant, its branches glittering in the sunlight. Meanwhile, the apple tree's bare branches looked even more lonely in the cold. "You look so beautiful in winter," the apple tree admitted. "I never noticed how strong and graceful you are." The pine tree smiled warmly. "Thank you. But remember, we each have our time to shine. Winter is mine, and spring will be yours again." One frosty morning, the apple tree said, "I used to think I was better because of my apples and leaves. But I see now how wrong I was. You've been kind to me, even when I wasn't fair." The pine tree replied gently, "It's okay. True beauty comes from within, and you've always had that. We're both special in our own ways." The apple tree felt a warm sense of gratitude. When spring finally arrived, the apple tree blossomed with pink and white flowers. Its branches looked full of life once more. The pine tree, steady and green as ever, admired its friend's beauty. "Now the forest is alive with color," said the apple tree happily. "Yes," replied the pine tree, "and together, we make it complete." From that day on, the two trees stood proudly side by side, celebrating their friendship and the unique gifts each brought to the forest.